And so what Congress needs to do, first and foremost, is to prevent taxes from going up for the vast majority of Americans. And this was a major topic of discussion throughout the campaign. What I said is that we should keep taxes where they are for 98% of Americans, 97% of small businesses. But if we're serious about deficit reduction, we should make sure that the wealthy are paying a little bit more and combine that with spending cuts to reduce our deficit and put our economy on a long-term trajectory of growth. We have been talking to the Republicans ever since the election was over. They have had trouble saying yes to a number of repeated offers. Yesterday I had another meeting with the leadership, and I suggested to them if they can't do a comprehensive package of smart deficit reduction, let's at minimum make sure that people's taxes don't go up and that 2 million people don't lose their unemployment insurance. And I was modestly optimistic yesterday, but we don't yet see an agreement, and now the pressure's on Congress to produce. If they don't, what I've said is that in the Senate, we should go ahead and introduce legislation that would make sure middle-class taxes stay where they are, and there should be an up or down vote. Everybody should have a right to vote on that. If Republicans don't like it, they can vote no, but I actually think that there's a majority support for making sure that middle-class families are held harmless.
If you go over the...
would continue to tick down, housing would continue to improve, but what's been holding us back is the dysfunction here in Washington. And if, people start seeing that on January 1st, this problem still hasn't been solved, that we haven't seen the kind of deficit reduction that we could have had the Republicans been willing to take the deal that I gave them, if they say that people's taxes have gone up. The other part of the fiscal cliff is Congress agreed that they would cut an additional $1.2 trillion in spending. They put a committee together to try to come up with those numbers. They didn't figure out how to do it. And so what we now have is a situation where these automatic spending cuts go into place. Now, if we have raised some revenue by the wealthy paying a little bit more, that would be sufficient to turn off what's called the sequester, these automatic spending cuts, and that also would have a better outcome for our economy long term. But so far at least, Congress has not been able to get this stuff done, not because Democrats in Congress don't want to go ahead and cooperate, but because I think it's been very hard for Speaker Boehner and Republican Leader McConnell to accept the fact that taxes on the wealthiest Americans should go up a little bit as part of an overall deficit reduction package.
But when you talk about